The second goal hit the net like a hammer. 2-0 down. Hiroto's fingers dug into his wheelchair arms. He shut his eyes, blocking out the roar. In his mind, the pitch became a grid. Every player a piece.
I see it. The angle, the run. If Kaito just cuts inside. Now.
Violet light bled from his eyes. From his fingertips, threads of pure will stretched across the grass. A midfielder spun without looking. His pass threaded 2 defenders like a needle. Kaito, the captain, didn't question. He just found the ball ghosting into his stride.
Where did that ball come from? Doesn't matter. It's here. Shoot!
The strike was clean. The net bulged. The scoreboard flickered. 1-2.
He moved exactly as I pictured. That wasn't coaching. That was me.
The half-time whistle screamed. Hiroto stared at his trembling hands, still smelling ozone. The teams emerged for the second half. Hiroto sat rigid, his mind already racing ahead of the play.
I can see the lines. The space opens and closes. Now, send it there. Yes.
A pass so precise, it pulled the defender out of position. The cross arced behind his ear. 2-2 in stoppage time. A backheel flick that nobody saw coming. The ball kissed the net. 3-2. Sleep was impossible. Every time Hiroto shut his eyes, he saw glowing threads. At dawn, he was back on the pitch. During a routine passing drill, he focused on a young midfielder. Violet sparked in his irises. The player's body suddenly relaxed. His passes became economical, unerring, a perfect 1-2 sequence.
No one reacts that quickly. No one. That's 5 impossible reads in a single drill.
The following weekend, against league leaders, the team flowed like water. 11 men moving as one mind.
From the technical area, Yui stared past the celebration, her eyes fixed on the silent boy in the wheelchair.
The cup quarter-final. Victory meant everything. Hiroto sank deeper into the armrests and pushed.
Faster. Anticipate. That run isn't yours. It's mine now.
A pass that no one called. A threaded ball through 3 bodies. The striker didn't even break stride.
The ball found my foot before I could blink. Goal, but my heart didn't celebrate. It just...
After the final whistle, Kaito found Yui near the tunnel. His voice was thin.
Manager, I need to tell you something. I am not playing anymore. I am just standing there.
What are you saying, Kaito? You just scored 2 goals.
But they weren't mine. My legs, my chest, they move before I decide. It's like a hand is inside me.
In the tunnel, Yui cornered Hiroto. What are you doing out there? She hissed.
I am just watching the match, same as always.
The quarter-final trophy was small, but the celebration was loud. Hiroto stayed in his seat, watching them like a painter admiring his canvas. The unbeaten run stretched into double digits. Every pass, every tackle, decided before the whistle. On the sports news, a commentator laughed. It's like a puppet master is pulling their strings. Hiroto read the headline. Puppet master in bold, trembling letters. In a quiet bureau, Federation official Okamoto opened a case file with Hiroto's name. His call was brief. Yui heard the words formal inquiry and felt the clipboard crack under her grip. Yui found Hiroto in the equipment room. She didn't bother with pleasantries. The Federation is coming. Hiroto's face drained of blood. He stared at the concrete floor as if it might swallow him.
They can't know. There's no evidence. I've been careful. Too careful.
But the tremor in his fingers told a different story. The investigation had begun. The next morning, a sleek black car rolled into the training ground. Okamoto emerged, briefcase in hand, eyes sharp.
I am Okamoto from the Federation Disciplinary Board. This is a routine inquiry. I'll speak with each player individually.
One by one, they answered. Words rehearsed, eyes low. Okamoto's pen scratched without pause.
Captain Kato, your performance this season is statistically impossible. How do you explain it?
I don't know. I wish I did. Sometimes. It feels like my body isn't mine. Like something else is moving it.
Number. Don't say another word. He can't know. He can't.
A sliver of light from the door crack caught Hiroto's eye. Okamoto's pen glided, unrelenting. Kato stumbled out, shoulders hunched. He didn't see Hiroto frozen in the shadowed corner.
You heard that. If Okamoto connects the dots, we're finished. Hiroto, what have you done?
Hiroto's jaw tightened. He rolled toward the pitch without a word. In his chest, a cold decision settled. The next match arrived. Hiroto sat still as stone, forcing his mind quiet. He would not interfere.
Don't look. Don't project. Let them sink or swim. But the scoreboard turned. 1-0 down.
Their defense cracked again. The counterattack was a knife. If it got worse, the investigation wouldn't matter.
I can't. Not again. But if I don't, we lose. Just one thread. Just the captain.
Kato's foot sliced across the ball in a volley no one taught him. The net bulged. 1-1. Hiroto didn't stop. A second thread. A third. The winner arrived in stoppage time, hollow and perfect. In the tunnel, Yui blocked his path. Her clipboard clattered to the floor. Her voice was sharp glass.
Enough. I know you are doing something. That pass, that shot, they weren't human. Tell me the truth.
I can see the game. And when I focus, I can make them see it too. Their bodies follow.
You control them? You've been moving 11 human beings like chess pieces.
Hiroto met her eyes without flinching. He turned the chair toward the training pitch. You want proof? Fine. Watch.
Pick a player. Anyone. I'll show you exactly what I do.
Yui pointed to a young winger alone on the far side. Hiroto's eyes ignited violet and the air shimmered from his fingers. Threads of light stretched across the grass. Only Yui saw them. The winger's posture shifted. He received a bouncing pass, flicked it over a defender's head, and volleyed into the top corner. But as the net rippled, he staggered. His hands flew to his temples, and he crumpled to his knees.
What's happening? That boy is in pain. Get the medic over here.
Later, in the medical room, Kaito sat on the bench, pressing a cold pack to his neck. His eyes were hollow.
I haven't slept in 3 days. Every time I close my eyes, I see violet. And my head, it's like someone's drilling.
You are draining them. This isn't control. It's damage. You are hurting your own teammates, Hiroto.
The next morning, a press release from Federation headquarters. A new regulation titled Ban on External Influence was published.
This regulation is retroactive. If we confirm any external manipulation, your team will face immediate disqualification.
Yui's hand trembled as she ended the call. She found Hiroto alone on the bench, staring at the empty pitch.
The Federation just made it a rule. If they catch you, we lose everything. Stop this, Hiroto, before it's too late.
I can't stop. Not yet. We're too close to the final. I just need one more match.
And after the final? What about their health? Kaito can barely stand. When does it end?
After the championship, I'll figure something out. But the final is everything. I've never been on the pitch. This is my only chance.
Yui stared at him, seeing not a mastermind but a young man terrified of being useless. She turned and walked away, her footsteps echoing through the empty corridor. Hiroto sat motionless, staring at his fingers.
She's right. I am losing myself. But without this, what am I?
Evening crept over the training ground. Kaito's footsteps stopped directly in front of Hiroto's wheelchair.
We need to talk. Just the two of us. No strings, Hiroto. Please.
Hiroto nodded slowly. Kaito sank onto the grass beside him, his voice frayed at the edges.
I don't know if any of my goals were mine. Was the header against Verdun me? The volley in the semi? I can't tell anymore. It all feels like Like you.
It's still you. Your body knows football. I only pointed the way. The talent was always yours.
You don't get it. I feel erased. Like a passenger in my own body. Let me play free, even if we lose the final. I am begging you, Hiroto.
Hiroto's breath caught. He stared at his trembling hands, the instruments of a maestro or a puppeteer. Kaito rose, wiping his eyes with the back of his sleeve. His shadow stretched toward the empty stadium.
I'd rather lose as a man than win as a marionette. Think about it, Hiroto.
He wants me to cut the strings. If I let them play freely and we lose, then I am just a boy in a wheelchair again. Nothing.
The semi-final. Hiroto sat on the bench, his mind deliberately blank. No threads. He would not touch them, but without guidance, they wobbled. Passes went astray. The opponent scored first, then something shifted. A crisp 1-2, a curling cross, the winger equalized. Pure instinct.
They can do it. They don't need me. But as the clock ticked, my resolve cracked.
Stoppage time. A corner. Hiroto's eyes flared violet. Threads shot from his fingers across the pitch. Kaito's head rose, his body angled by an unseen hand. The header was perfect. Victory, but the celebration was hollow. Kaito didn't scream. His eyes found the bench.
You couldn't help yourself. You are addicted. They almost did it without you.
She's right. I stole it again. But if I let go, we might have lost. I can't risk it.
Hiroto sat alone. The final loomed. The strings were still in his fingers, and he was terrified. The locker room was a graveyard of sweaty jerseys and silence. Kaito stood, his chair screeching across concrete.
Everyone, stop pretending. I can't be the only one who feels it. That pass, that shot, they weren't mine. They were his.
The room ignited. Shouts bounced off the metal lockers. Some nodded with Kaito. Others yelled back about trophies.
You don't understand. I feel erased. Every goal, every sprint, it's like I am a puppet on strings. Look at my hands, they aren't mine.
A defender slammed his locker. Without him, we'd be out, he roared. The team split like a cracked mirror.
I'd rather lose with my own 2 feet than be a champion of someone else's mind. He controls us.
The door creaked. Hiroto rolled in, his wheels quiet on the tile. The arguing died. Every eye found him.
They know. Every single one of them. The secret is out, and now I am not a coach. I am a monster.
Enough. This isn't the time to tear each other apart. We have a final in 3 days.
But her words hung in the air, unanswered. The crack had become a chasm. The final was coming. By sunrise, the headline was everywhere. Puppet Master Scandal, telepathic control. A media swarm descended. Fans gathered outside the training gate, signs raised. Cheater and ban him rattled the windows. Hiroto watched from the second-floor window. The glass reflected a face he barely recognized.
What will you do? The Federation is circling. The public wants blood. If we lose now, it's not just a match.
I'll stop. No more strings. The final will be theirs. I won't touch a single thread.
Do you honestly believe they can win without your influence?
I don't know. But Kaito is right. This isn't winning. It's theft.
Yui studied his face. The arrogance was gone. Only a young man trying to be brave.
If they lose, I'll carry that forever. But maybe they'll fly.
Outside, the chants grew. Hiroto closed his eyes, a pitch without strings. It felt like falling. Hiroto gathered the team in the center circle. Their faces were a patchwork of trust and doubt.
No more control. I won't touch a single thread. The final belongs to you. Play like yourselves.
The silence stretched painfully. A few nodded. Others stared at the grass as if searching for hidden strings.
Stop making promises you can't keep, Hiroto. I've heard this before. Prove it.
The first drill, a simple 5-yard pass. The ball rolled past its target into the weeds. Heads dropped.
One thread. One little correction and it would connect. My fingers ached to move.
Kaito received a lofted ball and volleyed it over the fence. He didn't chase it, he just stood there.
You've drilled these patterns 1,000 times. The knowledge is in your legs. Trust your own instincts.
Hiroto's knuckles turned white on the armrests. The violet behind his eyelids pulsed like a headache. The session ended in a graveyard of misplaced passes. The final was 24 hours away. They weren't ready. That night, an anonymous leak spread like fire. A document titled Project Puppet Master Graphs, Wavelengths, Exact Control Patterns.
Yui, this is no longer a routine inquiry. One sign of external influence tomorrow, and your team is disqualified. No appeal.
Yui found Hiroto in the darkened physio room, alone with his thoughts. She placed the phone on the table, face down.
Someone leaked everything. The Federation is waiting. If you project a single thread, we lose. Not just the match, the club.
Every second of the match, I'll have to hold back. It's like asking a singer not to breathe.
Can you do it? I need to know. If you fail, it's over.
I don't know if I can. The urge is a wildfire in my skull, but I have no choice.
Hiroto stared at his hands, the same hands that had threaded the winning goals of the season. Now they trembled, violet dying, through the window. The stadium lights flickered on for the final rehearsal. The clock was ticking. One match, no strings. The hardest thing he would ever not do, past midnight. The pitch was a dark lake under the stadium lights. Hiroto's wheels left soft tracks toward the lone figure.
I can't sleep. I keep trying to remember what it felt like to play without that hum in my head.
You don't need to remember. Your legs remember. 20 goals last season. Only 2 of those were ever guided.
But I don't know my own style anymore. Am I a striker who drifts wide? A poacher? I've been a marionette so long.
You are a striker who attacks the near post. That instinct to crash the goalkeeper's weak side, that was never mine.
Kaito stared at his boots. A memory surfaced, a volley from 2 years ago. No strings, just joy.
Trust yourself. You already have everything. Tomorrow, I won't be in your head. You'll only hear your heartbeat.
And if that heartbeat freezes, if I'm just nothing,
then you'll freeze and still be a footballer. And I'll be on the bench watching you find your own fire.
Kaito nodded, a small, fragile smile touching his lips. Something unbroken flickered behind his eyes. The roar of the final was a physical weight. Hiroto's wheelchair vibrated as the teams kicked off. His hands twitched on the armrests. Violet sparks crackled once, then died. He crushed them still. The team looked like strangers. Passes stabbed at air, runs collided. The opponent smelled blood. A long ball over the defense. A scuffed clearance. The striker buried it low and hard. 0-1.
I could fix it. One thread. No one would know but the Federation. Kaito, my hands shake to move.
He dug his nails into his palms. The violet stuttered like a dying bulb, then vanished. He would not. Yui watched from the touchline, her clipboard pressed to her chest. Her eyes didn't leave the bench. The halftime whistle shrieked. Players trudged off, heads heavy. 0-1. The stadium murmured. Hiroto sat frozen, his knuckles bone white. The chair beneath him felt like a cage, but the cage held.
He hasn't broken. Not yet. But the second half is an ocean. Can he swim without his strings?
The second half began with a whisper, not a roar. Kaito jogged to his teammates, clapping loud enough to echo.
Wake up! We know this game! One touch, move, trust each other. No more hesitation.
Triangle pass snapped into place, then another. The rhythm was ragged, but it was theirs. No violet in the air, no puppet hands, just drilled instinct and the muscle memory of a season. A cross from the left, a flicked header, The goalkeeper stretched, but the net bulged. 1-1.
That was us, no puppet. Just me and my brothers. This is football.
They're doing it without me. The pass, the header, it was all them. My chest aches with something I don't recognize.
His eyes glistened. No violet. Just the reflection of 11 players celebrating as one. 20 minutes left. The momentum had shifted. The team believed, and the bench was just a bench.
Now it's their game. I am just a pair of eyes, and that's enough.
The ball rolled to Kaito, 25 yards out. 2 defenders closed in, but the space behind them gaped like an invitation.
I can lay it off. That's the safe pass. But there's a path through them. Do I dare? You don't need a voice in your head. You have your own. Go. Now.
He didn't pass. He feinted left, dropped a shoulder, and slipped through the first defender like smoke. The second lunged. Kaito cut inside, a blur of instinct. The goal yawned open, and he struck with his whole soul. The ball thundered into the top corner. The net shuddered. 2-1.
That was me. Nobody else. I chose the path. I took the shot. This fire is mine.
On the bench, Hiroto saw no threads, no violet, only a captain who had found his own wings.
That hesitation, then the dribble. I never would have chosen that route. It was reckless. It was perfect. It was completely you, Kaito.
He sobbed openly, fingers limp on the armrests. 2-1. The championship was 10 minutes away. The final minutes were a siege. Every clearance, every block, screamed defiance. The clock bled slowly. Then, the triple blast of the whistle. It cut through the roar like a guillotine of silence. The bench erupted. Players collapsed onto the grass, sobbing, laughing, clutching each other. Kaito, drenched and trembling, lifted the golden trophy into the floodlights. The stadium became a volcano. He turned, eyes searching. Through the chaos, he found the wheelchair on the touchline and mouthed 2 words. Thank you.
I taught them everything. Every pattern, every decision. And they did it without my hand inside them. They didn't need me. A true coach makes himself unnecessary. That's the victory.
Yui appeared beside him, tears cutting paths through her composure. She placed a hand on his shoulder. Hiroto didn't speak. He just smiled. A quiet, wrecked grin through his tears. His hands lay open, empty and at peace. The strings were gone. The puppets had become players, and the puppet master had become a coach. The press room bristled with lenses. Hiroto rolled to the table. Yui beside him, the trophy glinting at the edge of the frame. A reporter leaned in. Hiroto, how did you turn them around? The whole season, they were unstoppable.
I didn't turn at anything. They had the answers all along. I just reminded them to trust themselves.
A week later, in a silent bureau, Okamoto closed a blue folder with a dull thud.
Insufficient evidence. The investigation is closed. No further action will be taken.
Yui found Hiroto in the empty stadium, sitting in his usual spot on the touchline.
They dropped it. No more investigations. No more bans. You are free, Hiroto.
Number. I am not free. I am a coach. That's better.
She studied him. The same boy who had once pulled invisible strings now sat with open hands, asking for nothing. The puppet master was gone. What remained was the team's true 12th man, not a controller, but a foundation. Months later, the new season opened under familiar floodlights. Hiroto took his place on the bench, no different than before, but the team moved with a different rhythm. Passes connected by choice, not command. They played like a body with its own heartbeat. Kaito received the ball at the edge of the box. No hesitation. He sliced inside and buried it low. Pure instinct.
That's all him. The cut, the shot. No strings, just Kaito.
After the goal, Kaito pointed a single finger toward the touchline, straight at the wheelchair. The stand erupted. Hiroto didn't cry this time. He just smiled, a quiet, full smile, and clapped, his hands empty and steady. His eyes held no violet, only the reflection of 11 players celebrating as themselves. The match ended 3-0. Another clean victory, earned without a single invisible string.
They don't need me, and that's the greatest thing I ever did.
He looked down at his fingers, then back at the pitch. The strings were gone, and he was exactly where he belonged. Long after the stadium emptied, Hiroto wheeled himself to the center circle. The grass still smelled of victory. He had learned the hardest lesson of all. True strength is not holding on, but letting go. A great coach doesn't pull strings. He builds wings. The players who once danced to his silent rhythm had found their own music. It was louder. He sat in the fading light, his chair a throne of quiet triumph. No violet, no guilt. The puppet master was gone forever. What remained was the soul of the team. He looked up at the sky, purple bleeding to black, and exhaled. Then he turned his chair and rolled slowly toward the tunnel, leaving the pitch to the ghosts of the game. Behind him, the floodlights flickered off. One by one, silence returned to the pitch, but the sound of 11 hearts beating freely lingered in the dark.